Finally, some bourbon barrels. Where have you been all day?
With my barrels.
So tell me what you have.
I have the 2 barrels, Buffalo Trace and Weller. I inherited them from my family, and I'm looking to get rid of them.
Okay, these are pretty cool. Bourbon goes back in Kentucky history for a long time. One of the stipulations of bourbon is it can only be made in America. You know, Buffalo Trace is the oldest bourbon company, been in business over 200 years. Actually, Buffalo Trace is one of the companies that was able to operate throughout Prohibition under a medical exemption. So, pretty cool history with this brand right here. What you think, Big Hoss?
I'm impressed. When did you become such a bourbon guy?
So I know a little bit about bourbon. You know why they use oak? Because the wood is very porous and it moves around and goes in and out of the porous spots, and that's what helps to give it its aged flavor and hints of vanilla.
So both of them are Buffalo Trace, but Weller is kind of a subsidiary of them, right? It's a different style, right?
I'm sure it has something to do with the way they're charred, because part of the process of making bourbon is you char it. Depending on the char will depend on the sweetness of the bourbon and to give it the caramely colors. So how much are you looking to get for them?
$300 for both of them.
Okay.
I'm not really familiar with how much bourbon barrels go for.
I know that there's a lot of stuff that can be done with barrels like this. I figured being in Kentucky, we would have something like this show up. So I actually reached out and I found a guy that repurposes old bourbon barrels. Do you mind hanging out for a little bit?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'll be back in a few.
I'm just gonna take a look over them real quick.
Great.
Yeah, too bad there's not any bourbon in here.
You're in Lexington. It can be arranged.
He could probably use a couple glasses.
Hey, guys, this is Ricky. He's the guy who started that repurposes his barrels.
You too.
How you doing?
Hey.
So, what do you think about these barrels?
Buffalo Trace I see, and a Buffalo Trace Wellers. Chummy and Corey, y'all got a couple of gems here. The rings got a little rust on them, but that's what you get when they're sitting in a wreck house for 5 to 12 years. The Weller barrel looks like it's in better condition from looking at the barrel staves themselves. Buffalo over here has actually a couple cracks in it, so they'll call that a coil barrel. They can't be repaired, so they'll sell them, and I use them to build furniture and different things.
What's like your most popular item?
The most popular items I do are the coffee tables, the liquor cabinets.
What do you think it might cost to turn one of these into a liquor cabinet?
Roughly $450, $550, around in there.
So, Ricky, she's asking $150 a piece for the barrels. What do you think they're worth a piece?
I would estimate $200 for each. I would definitely go after the Weller just because it's got a unique stamp.
Okay. Well, that definitely sounds good to me. Well, Ricky, I appreciate you coming down, man. Thank you very much.
All right, Corey. Thank you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, Ricky.
You too, buddy.
So, I mean, you heard what Ricky said they were worth. There's got to be a lot of these things out here. Should you take $75 for the Wellers?
No, I got to come up. How about 125?
Maybe like 105?
I could do 105.
All right.
Do you want to come with me and I'll take it to the cashier?
Sure.
Tom can move the barrels?
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Take care.